Maris Grove, Margaret and I hopped in the car and we ended up at Garnet Valley High School. And we are looking for Keith Lehman, who is in charge of our luncheon on March 9th that precedes the play, the musical Beauty and the Beast. So, hey, Keith.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Hey, now, okay, so you're in charge of this luncheon and organizing the kids, but wait a minute, it's a group. It's called Interact? What's that?
So Interact is a community service club affiliated with the Rotary Club. It's actually myself and Brenna Fallows, who's an English teacher at the high school. We co-advise the club, and we do a variety of different community service activities throughout the district for a lot of our schools, oftentimes for our younger students at the elementary schools. And we send out kids all year long to different events to help volunteer for important community, whether it's, sometimes we do like 5Ks, sometimes it's babysitting for little kids. We do a lot with the grist mill. So there's a whole bunch of different things that Interact gets involved with.
Okay. Well, okay, so on this particular one, they are serving a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do these kids learn how to serve?
Well, as many of you may know them at Maris Grove, a lot of our kids actually serve food at Maris Grove. So some of our top servers are veterans of the Maris Grove kitchen or dining room. And then they also kind of train up the young kids on how to serve food, how to ask for orders and stuff like that. It's not too tough. Our kids are pretty bright.
I'm sure these kids are really top of the line, and I just wonder how in the world you get the top students to be doing this. Do they want to do the Interact, and do they want to help out with all this stuff?
Sure, yeah. I mean, especially the luncheon is one of our most popular events. We even have to limit the number of kids that can come and help us out. So we usually have 75, 80 kids who want to volunteer for it, and we have to cut it off at a certain number depending on how popular it is. The good news for our kids is it has grown in popularity. I think for our last luncheon for Greece, we had over 175 guests at our luncheon, so we had a lot of volunteers come out for that one. But really, the kids really enjoy the dinner and the show because they're on the spot the whole time. They get to talk with people that they wouldn't ordinarily have the opportunity to talk to, and they feel like our guests express a real interest in what's going on at the high school and in their lives. So they appreciate that, and they're not on their phones the whole time too. So that's good.
That is great. So they, after the event is over, do you kind of gather them and ask them what they liked about doing for serving and working with the luncheon? Yeah,
we do. So at our the next meeting, we'll have a little session where we'll talk to the main group about how things went, and then I always talk with my officer group, and they do the bulk of the planning for this about things that we could fix, little tweaks here and there. But we've been doing this for a long time, and it's a finely tuned machine.
So how many kids are in Interact?
So it depends. Right now we have, I think, between 125 and 150 kids in Interact. So it requires a lot of kids to make a big event like this work. And we have a fantastic population of students here at Garnet Valley. Interact has been one of the largest clubs in the high school for a very long time. So we're fortunate to have that.
What's the population of Garnet Valley High School?
Oh, I would say we're around close to 3,000.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a major part of Garnet Valley. It's a Interact.
Not Interact and the show and all the things that go into it. It's really a community event. We have little kids involved in this, parents building sets, and then with the luncheon itself, it's something very popular and has been going on for a very long time at Garnet Valley. And everybody seems to enjoy it.
And everything is interconnected. It seems it's the musical plus the luncheon plus getting organization of everything. So it's a one huge package to get everything put together.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest challenge as you are in charge of Interact? What's your biggest challenge on this?
So my biggest challenge is trying to figure out how many guests I'm going to have, because I have to align that with our table situation, and then ordering both the tickets and the meals as well. But that always seems to come together.
Which is a nice plug for us to get our reservations in early. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can go straight to Pete, go straight to send a message to him or call, and you will take care of getting tickets for us and all that.
Sure, yeah, my email is the best way to contact me, and again, the tickets are going fast. I've already sold, I think, 50 tickets to the luncheon, and we're only a couple of days in. So, yeah, contact me through email. It's Layman, Laymank, at garnetvalley.org, and we'll get you some tickets.
And we'll have that running underneath you, kind of thing.
There you go.
And also, Kate Petrilli at Maris Grove is also organizing and getting people to sign up, kind of thing. So
that's great.
Kate also, thanks
Hi, Mrs. Petrilli.
What's the biggest reward of all of this?
Well, it's definitely seeing two generations of people coming together and sharing a nice time together. I think oftentimes these generations don't understand each other very well, and sometimes there's some preconceived notions about generations, younger or older, that this thing really kind of bridges, which is fantastic to see.
It's a great opportunity to have an intermixture of all ages, kind of thing. So
certainly,
yeah. So we need to sign up for our luncheon and then enjoy the musical afterwards.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be great.
And it'll be on the actual luncheon musical is March 9th, but you want us to have our reservations in by March 1st, or at least I heard that.
February 29th, March 1st, if I still have tickets by then. I might not even have tickets by then, because Beauty and the Beast is a hot ticket, and we're selling lots of tickets, so the sooner the better.
The sooner the better.
And it's also important, if you're planning on going to the luncheon, to buy your tickets to the show from me, not through the Performing Arts Center. I'll take care of it. Everything, you go through me, you get your tickets to the luncheon, you also get your tickets to the play, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, great. Well, thanks so much, and thanks so much for taking care of us.
Thanks for coming out to Garnet Valley.
My pleasure.
Sure.
So, okay, well, we'll see you on March 9th.
March 9th it is.
Okay. Now I'm here with Heather Arders. Heather is the producer of Beauty and the Beast, and you've been the producer of all the musicals for, I don't know, a gazillion years.
Feels that way.
So how do you decide, at what point, how did you decide that you wanted to do Beauty and the Beast? And was it Christmas time?
So I am partial producer. I also direct the shows.
Okay.
I have a graduate, Ray Crozier, who helps me with some of the production stuff too, because I'm not good at like making t-shirt designs and that stuff, so he does that. I choose the shows a year ahead of time.
Okay.
So now in February, I'm looking for next year's shows.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to get licenses from the licensing company. So I will write to like Music Theater International and Concord and say, I'm interested in these 4 shows, and they send me something back. It says the rights are available for these 3, but not this one. And I choose them based on my upcoming juniors and sophomores, and then sometimes those people get the parts I'm thinking of for them, and sometimes they don't. But that's how we decide originally, is by looking at our present sophomores and juniors and thinking what would they be good at in their senior and junior years.
So you know their strengths and weaknesses, and you can put it together and come off with a fantastic program.
Well, we hope so. Like, we have a really strong junior class of dancers, female dancers this year. So we're looking for next year at things like 42nd Street and Brigadoon and Oklahoma, and shows that have really strong dance, ensemble dance numbers. We also have a large group of boys, which
that's
is
unusual.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we're looking at Brigadoon. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
yeah.
it's about the Scottish town that's only open one day a year, every 100 years. But it's got all these Scottish dancing and a lot of boys, and so, but that's the kind of thing we look ahead. So like as of today, we were looking at Shrek, and I just got told that we can't have the rights because there's a touring company coming.
Oh.
So that has to go off the list, and then we look at what's left on the list. So that's how we pick.
Okay. So you choose and you go through the list of possibilities. Now, do you have difficulty getting the students to sign up? And how do they sign up?
So we have two aspects of our program. One is Drama Club, and anyone can be in that. And we meet every Friday, and we go out in the community, and along with chorus and all, we sing at Marist Grove, and we sing at Diversity Day at Concord Township. And the kids can earn points by helping with the middle school or the elementary school with their shows. So that's one aspect. Now the shows, and normally there is a complete crossover. There's sometimes we have some kids that just want to be in Drama Club and some kids that just want to be in the show. But for the shows, they do have to audition. They usually, if they want to be an ensemble, they have to dance for us so we know whether they should be a featured dancer or just if they're a singer, and then we decide all that. And then the leads, so as an example, I think we had 30 girls try out for Belle in Beauty and the Beast. And probably...
How did you ever?
Yeah, and we had like 20 boys try out for Gaston, so you have to so we always say talent first, then seniority. So we pick the top 5 most talented girls and we call them back. And then we will talk about the top 3 or 4, and we say, is the talent all equal? If it is, we choose the oldest. If it's not, we choose whoever the most talented was, and then we go from there. So, and no, we do not have any trouble. We have lots and lots of kids in all of the shows. Yeah.
So being part of drama and the production is something that the kids at Garnet Valley really want to do.
At least 170 of them, yes. Yeah. So we're basically like, the largest besides band, chorus, and the play are the largest group of kids. So
you said about 170. Wait a minute. How do you use 170? Do you have 2 different casts?
We do. So we have 2 different lead casts, but we still have 130 kids on stage because the leads are in the ensemble on their off night. So all of the kids are in the shows all of the nights.
Oh, okay.
And we have about 40 crew kids. So they make all of our sets, they paint, they do the lights, the sounds, the special effects. They help with costumes, makeup, props, and so that's a large group as well. I mean, our crew is the size of most complete drama clubs.
Okay.
So whenever I have anybody come to the shows from other schools, they're always like, how do you fit all those kids on stage? So that's what we're doing right now that you're watching. Okay. She's figuring out how to get small groups on little bits at a time so that you don't ever have all 130 kids on stage at any given time. So
quite a challenge there.
Little bit of a challenge, yes.
Right. So so you're having the students in, and you have the 2 different groups kind of thing who are trading off as far as which nights that they're actually performing kind of
Correct.
thing. How difficult is it for the students to master? They do singing, dancing, and script. So what's the most difficult part?
So like anything else, like a sport or anything, there are some kids that are naturally born with a talent in all three. There's some kids that are awesome singers but really struggle with dance. Some are good actors but struggle with singing. But overall, the thing that most kids struggle with is dance. Mainly the boys, but all of them, because it's just something they're not familiar with. You can fake your way through acting and singing. It's really hard to fake your way through dancing when there's like 20 other people on stage all doing the same dance. Mm-hmm. You will stick out if you don't know what you're doing. So
how do you counterbalance that? How do you get the kids, because they look fantastic. They really do look
Thank
fantastic.
you. So we have an awesome choreographers and student dance captains. For the first 6 weeks that we practice, we do dance only on Thursday evenings and all day Sunday. So the kids are practicing dance about 8 hours a week for the first 6 weeks. Now, when we did Anything Goes last year, they actually came every Sunday to do tap practice for 6 months because we had 65 kids doing a tap number. Mm-hmm. So they needed that time. But Beauty and the Beast has a lot longer songs, but the choreography isn't as complex as Anything Goes.
Okay.
More all being in sync than difficulty.
So when did you start practicing for Beauty and the Beast?
So for Beauty and the Beast, we started January 2nd, the day we got back from winter break. So Mondays and Wednesdays, they practice music. Tuesdays is acting. Thursday and Sunday are dance. Saturday is our set and prop build. And then starting next Monday, we will start to do run-throughs where we put it all together.
It sounds like quite a commitment. It also sounds like quite a commitment, not only from the student, but also from the entire family, to get the student here for the rehearsals and to be a part of it. And also, I understand some of the parents get involved with the prop making and
yeah, we have about 15 to 20 families that really are the backbone of the whole program. They decorate the lobby, they help with the sets, with the costumes, with the makeup, with the hair. The mom that you saw me speaking to, she is a professional actor, and she has been here helping them with diction because they're supposed to have British accents. Oh. So, and two French accents and the rest British accents. So we have lots of awesome parent volunteers. Ticketing, concessions, senior night, all of that is run by parent volunteers.
It sounds like a whole community commitment to.
For sure. And we have a lot of people in costumes and sets that their children have graduated and they've stayed with us and they continue to do the costumes and sets after their kids graduate.
Aww.
All of our enchanted creatures this time are being created by alumni parents, Mrs. Sampson, Mrs. Goodman, Mrs. DiPaolo. They're all coming in and making all of these creatures for us. So, and their kids have long graduated.
That is totally amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Heather, for taking the time and explaining all of this. And we are planning to come on March 9th and have the luncheon and then also the musical.
And we're excited to have you. You're our favorite audience because you get all the jokes. Because like we have so many audiences where they don't know the jokes, and I'm like, you just wait for the matinee because they get all the jokes. So, wonderful. But thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I'm here with Alana Acosta, and she is a student. She's totally involved with everything that's going on the stage, as well as everything else. But she is marketing director. So what does that mean, marketing director?
So it's a pretty big job. I started kind of getting into it in my sophomore year. I was the secretary for the club at first, which kind of just made me make some flyers, kind of advertise to our school about the show itself, tickets, that kind of thing. And then my junior year, I got moved up a little bit to be like an assistant to the marketing director, like who was a senior. And I kind of got to help a little bit more. I got to see like the behind the scenes of like, oh, we have this many people that are interested now. We have to reach more people. And it was a lot of social media. So Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. I had to utilize a lot of that. So I learned a lot of those types of skills. And then this year, being marketing director, I get to be vice president of our drama club here at school through that position. So it's a lot of just communications and outreach, getting to the students in the club and then also the students across the school, all the schools in the district really, and then the community itself. So yeah, it's a pretty big job.
That's a huge job.
Yeah.
And marketing director. Now, is it specifically for the musicals?
Pretty much, yeah. Any like little talent shows or fundraisers that we put on.
So it's the drama club. Anything
Yes.
that the drama club is doing.
Exactly, yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, that is an amazing, and it's amazing that the high school has a student marketing director. Now, so gets me to my next question is organization of time. Wait a minute. You're a senior.
Yes.
Right? And you are involved on the stage, and you are marketing director. How do you do it?
Honestly, I would say it's a good, my teachers in school are really flexible with a lot, so that helps get me good time management. There's sometimes a good amount of downtime in my classes in school, so I can just get some homework done in that downtime, anything. A lot of it is digital, so I can just go right on my laptop and get stuff done. Our school utilizes a database called Schoology, where it gives us a nice checklist of all our assignments. So as any free time or downtime I have, I kind of just make sure all my like checks are checked off and gotta keep going like that.
So I'm curious, are you looking at college?
Yeah, so my mom is a professor at Newman University, so it made college pretty easy there because I have been going there since I was little, take your child to work days type of thing. And they have a new business department that offers marketing and business administration. So it was just kind of all perfect, lined up very nicely.
Just lined up
Yeah.
everything for you.
So I applied and got in, so I committed like back in October to make my
Oh, so
senior
you're
year.
set.
Pretty set, yeah, nice and easy.
You're going to go to Newman and you're set.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, is this your first play?
It is not. So I joined the Performing Arts Association when I was 7. It was when we first moved here. So it was about 10 years ago. 7 years old. Yes. And then my mom had me take a little break starting middle school so I could figure out getting into a upper level school a little bit. It was a big transition. She wanted to make sure I could handle getting all the schoolwork done and everything. So I rejoined the productions in 8th grade when I was 13, I want to say.
Yep.
So, and then I've been doing them ever since. So it's a good like 15 or 16 shows here.
What's the most challenging part?
I would definitely say auditions is challenging. That's the part that.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have to audition? If you want a spot, do you have to audition?
Not necessarily. They do. She does hold auditions that are for like our ensemble generally. If you don't want to have to speak or you just want to be a part of it on stage and you don't really want to be in the spotlight, you can just come in and be a part of the ensemble in that sense. But if you want a line or two, or if you want to have a speaking or singing solo, there is an audition process. So that is a little nerve-wracking sometimes, especially when Mrs. Arter sees potential in you. Sometimes it's like a big thing where she'll be like, I know you didn't learn this, but can you just try and sing it? And then you're like, okay, but it's also a little nerve-wracking in the moment. So, but that's probably the most challenging part is once getting over the bump of auditions and callbacks and the cast list comes out, that's pretty relieving. So
Now you are one of the characters and one of the main.
yes,
characters?
I am. So I get to play Madame de la Grande Bouche. She's this opera-singing French woman who got turned into an enchanted wardrobe in the Beast's castle. So she's a very big character, a lot to play, but she's kind of very different from all the other characters in the castle. She gets to be this diva, and she's like very, very set on her singing career and all this stuff, even still being a dresser now. But like, she always hopes with the rest of them that they're gonna get to be human again. So it creates a good part to the story.
So this sounds like it's consuming a whole lot of your time. So the entire production is this is your world at this point.
Yeah, for a couple of months it is.
So, okay, so you do dancing, singing, and you have speaking parts. What's the hardest part to learn?
I would say when playing a character, it's like being the characters, the hardest part for sure. Especially with this story, a lot of the characters have accents, so we've been...
I was thinking, do you get to have a French accent?
Mine's actually British, which I was shocked about. I found out she's actually a British character, so that's been fun to practice and learn. But we've been having to do accent camps and stuff like that before our acting rehearsals on Tuesdays. So that's always been a little bit more difficult, even in general, just trying to figure out what the characters' motives are, how they affect the story, that kind of thing. And then second to that, I would definitely say dancing. Dancing is I have been dancing since I was like 2 or 3, but like not enough where it's like competition level or professional. But
Okay.
it's cool when these types of productions, because our dance choreographer takes people with all skill levels of dancing and makes us look like we all have the same level and the same skill of dancing, which amazes me every time. But yeah, I would definitely say getting to know the character and then dancing as the 2 hardest parts.
Oh my gosh. Well, it certainly sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
Oh, for sure.
And to get the accent just right,
Yeah.
kind of thing that would be really mind-boggling. So, well, the most rewarding part of doing something like this?
I would definitely say it's the audience reactions is my favorite thing. Even if it's a sad moment, you kind of get to see everyone react. Like when you're up on, especially our higher levels of our sets and spots where you can see the audience from different views and angles, it's so interesting to watch how people react, or how even like the applause is like so fulfilling. Like after you put in so much hard work and everything, getting to be able to do that like in front of a whole group of people that like usually maybe would never even know each other. They don't know you, you don't know them, but you all react the same. Like so, it's such like a beautiful moment. I would say that's like the most rewarding.
That is so sweet. Well, thank you so much.
Of course,
Melinda.
thank you.
I really, really appreciate your time.
Yes, absolutely.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Now I'm here with Jeremy Park, and he has a very interesting role because he is the Beast in the Beauty and the Beast, and he's also the student music director. So, Jeremy, question. How did you end up with student music director? Let's talk about this.
So that student music director is my official officer position. The way I landed that, I applied for it in the spring of last year when interviews were being held, and we were the directors from last year as well as the officers from last year were deciding on who would fill those places. So I completed a form just to make sure my name was in the running, and
So what do you do as student music director?
so the main thing I did this year was while during rehearsal days when we were learning music for the shows, when our adult music director, Mrs. Thomas, was teaching the girls, I took the guys to a separate room and I taught them their parts for all the songs that we're singing.
So all the guys have it. They're all good. They're ready to go.
I think so. I think so.
Oh, that's great. So, so this sounds like you're a senior. You've got commitments for school, and you're also the student music director. You're also a beast in the production, which was a major play, a major role. How do you get it all together? How do you do the time management thing?
It's all just a matter of staying committed to a plan. So every week I just try to keep track of everything that I have going on during each day, whether it's schoolwork or the extracurriculars I do. Just making sure everything's written down, and I just know what's going on during the week, and then just carrying it out. I just try to stay on top of things.
Is this your first play for the drama club?
No, so I joined 2 years ago, my sophomore year, for the Sound of Music.
Okay. So would you consider is the most challenging part of this whole production?
Most challenging part of production, I'd say, is just bringing everything together, because there's so many different parts, there's so many different components to what makes a show, and bringing that together, it's definitely a challenge. But once it happens, it's just the most rewarding part of the entire process.
So the most challenging part can also be the most rewarding part.
Absolutely.
Where you can say,
Yes.
okay, this.
Yes.
Okay. So you do dance as Beast. You do dancing, singing, and script. So which area is the easiest for you to do?
I'd say singing, just because the music kind of just comes to me naturally.
Because you've been in music since you were, what, 6 years old or something?
Yeah, something like that. Always grew up with the piano in the house, so I was always kind of just up on the bench, just trying to learn whatever song it was, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But yeah, so music has always been a part of my life, and I guess that's why singing comes, I guess, naturally to me.
Okay, so now that leaves dancing and the script, your lines. So which one is the most challenging part?
It's a good question. I'd probably say the script and all the acting. Yeah.
Okay, and you have multiple lines as being Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a lot of makeup? I'm just being nosy.
So I think it depends on the part, honestly. So I believe for me, I'm going to be wearing just this big mask that's going to be covering my whole face. So I'm not sure what they're going to do because, just a little spoiler alert, there's going to be a transformation where I turn back into a human. So I'm not sure, since I will be like a regular human per se. But for this role, I'm guessing no. But for a lot of other characters, yes, there's a lot of makeup.
And how did you get the role of Beast? Did you just say, I want to be the Beast, or did you have to actually audition?
Yeah, so everyone, there's a huge audition process where everyone just picks a bunch of characters that they are interested in playing, and then usually they sing a song and say a few lines to show the directors what they got. And for me, the preparation was in the big song that the Beast sings. And you know, it was just weeks of just perfecting the song and how I wanted to express it. So I guess just being prepared when my time came, when the audition came, and I had to go up there in front of everybody else and sing the song. It was just a matter of if I let the pressure get to me or not, and I just kind of did what I had trained to do. It's nothing I haven't done before, so I think just the experience helps relieve the pressure a lot. But yeah, I just kind of went up there, sang the song as I had planned, and just gave the directors something to believe in me, I guess.
And then how did you find out that you were chosen as the Beast?
So a few days later, Mrs. Arders, our director, puts all the characters and who got them on this big spreadsheet, and just sends it out to everybody. And that's a pretty crazy time, which this time around was released during the school day, so like we're all with each other, so it was a little crazy, it was a little hectic finding out with our friends, but it was a really fun time just because a lot of my friends got roles, and we have an amazing cast, we have an amazing group of people, and it was just super exciting to find out that we'd be working with the people that we're working with.
So now I understand you have two teams, two different casts.
Mm-hmm.
So are there two Beasts?
Yes.
So you have a counterpart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my partner Brady, he's on the stage right now. I'm guessing, yeah, so right now is his off-night cast, which basically means he's not playing the Beast in this cast, so on his off-night, he's playing a whole bunch of things just in the ensemble to help back up the other cast. So right now I believe he's a villager in Bell's Village. So he's still acting, he's still playing a part, But yeah, he's just mixed in there with the ensemble.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck, and I know it will be an absolute fantastic performance.
Thanks so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Now I'm here with Reagan Rhodes, and she is the crew leader. Now, okay, Reagan, what does a crew leader do?
So I really work with crew before and during the shows to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. I sort of manage off stage and on stage from the booth, where I can talk to other leaders and make sure that they also know what they're doing.
Wait a minute, how do you talk from your being back here in the booth? How do you talk to them?
So we all have walkie-talkies that we use.
Okay. So you are here every single rehearsal then?
Basically for the few weeks leading up to shows, yeah.
Okay. So you're here and you're also a junior?
Yes.
So how do you organize your time between schoolwork and the play?
Well, I like to get most of my schoolwork done either before practices or during school, just so I have time after school to really pay attention to the play.
What's the most challenging part of being a crew leader?
The most challenging part of being a crew leader would be probably having to know what's going on basically all the time so I can help people understand what's going on.
When we see people on the stage, about how many are behind the scenes? How many are in the back part?
So just on stage crew now we have a little over 20, almost 25 I think. But yeah, a lot of those people are backstage either moving items or they're in concessions, they're ushering, they're on props. We have people doing all sorts of things backstage.
It sounds like a total, everything's working together kind of thing. And it sounds like everyone is organizing and getting it all put together. What part do you like best about being part of this production?
I love just getting to work with people, I love getting asked questions, I love answering questions. I love being in parts of the production that help build things, help put things together. I love all of it.
So is this your first year of working with the play?
No, this is, I believe, my third year working with the play.
Okay, so you're a seasoned veteran on doing all of this.
Kind of, yeah.
At this point. So, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time and
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Thank you so much.